For the longest time, I lived my life with a secret hope. I truly believed that one day, everything would just click. That my life would magically sort itself out, as long as I was patient enough. I waited for motivation to strike like lightning. I waited for a sudden surge of confidence to wash over me. I waited for that perfect, mythical right moment to finally arrive. And you know what happened while I was waiting? Absolutely nothing. My life stayed exactly the same. A perfect loop of stagnation. Every single morning, I'd open my eyes. And the first thing I'd feel wasn't the morning sun or the promise of a new day. It was exhaustion. But it wasn't the kind of tired you get from a hard day's work. It was a deep, soul-crushing fatigue born from constant disappointment. I was disappointed in myself, in all the promises I whispered to myself in the dark, only to quietly break them by sunrise. I was disappointed in the person I saw staring back at me in the mirror, this stranger I kept becoming, someone I didn't even recognize, let alone like then. One night, it happened. I was just staring out into the darkness, and I caught my reflection in the black glass of the window. Usually, I'd flinch, look away, distract myself. But this time, I didn't. I held my own gaze. And in that quiet, heavy moment, I realized something so painful, but so undeniably honest. Nothing was holding me back. No one was sabotaging me. The only thing standing in my way was the version of myself that was terrified of change. The me that had grown comfortable in my own misery. So, I decided to stop running. I started small, almost comically small. I started waking up just 30 minutes earlier. Not to be some productivity guru, not to hustle or grind, but just to sit with myself. To be honest with myself in the quiet of the morning. I stopped lying about what I truly wanted, and, more importantly, I stopped lying about why I was so afraid to go after it. I began to replace my endless stream of excuses with uncomfortable, probing questions. I stopped asking, why is life so unfair to me? And started asking, why am I avoiding taking responsibility for my own happiness? The change didn't arrive with a bang. There was no grand cinematic moment. It came quietly, subtly, like the first light of dawn. It came in the small, consistent choices I made every single day. It was in choosing discipline when motivation was nowhere to be found. It was in finally learning to say no, to unapologetically turn down things that drained my energy and spirit. It was in the painful but necessary act of walking away from people who loved the old comfortable version of me, the version that never challenged them but couldn't stand to see me grow. Of course, it wasn't a straight line to success. Some days, I failed spectacularly. Some days, the temptation to crawl back into my old habits, my old familiar misery, was overwhelming. It felt safer there. But through those stumbles, I learned something profound. I learned that true growth isn't about erasing who you are and becoming someone entirely new. It's about unbecoming. It's about shedding all the layers of fear and doubt and expectations that society, and you yourself, have piled on. It's about returning to the person you were always meant to be before fear took the driver's seat. Today, my life is far from perfect. I still have bad days, I still have doubts, but the difference is, now, it's my life. It's a life I am actively, consciously building. I no longer stand by the side of the road, waiting for change to happen to me. I am the change. I create it, every single day. If this resonates with you, if you feel like you've been waiting too, just know that you have the power to stop. You have the power to start creating. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe for more thoughts on this journey.